This is Dinner at the Round Table Podcast.
Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. My haters be the ones who used to show me love. Drowning when you see them cause they only sub. Ride the waves to see the days when I land. If you would die, it's you or I, so I am doing me, cause soon a ball worth $5 grand. Put the work, become a king like I man. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor up. Hit me when you know what's up. Those are knock offs. I can hit hardly clock off. Making moves by the hop off. Making moves, got the hot sauce. Hit the wave by the knock off. I can hit hardly clock off. Goosebumps.
Live from New York, you already know what it is. Dinner at the Round Table Podcast, man. With my co-host the other day, La Dueña. She's not here today, man. She out in the resorts, shaking that booty. But you already know, man. We got a special guest, music artist, Rob Roman, man. What's up, man? Welcome to Dinner at the Round Table, brother. It's good to have you back.
What's going on?
Chilling,
I
man.
appreciate y'all for having me, man. It's definitely a blast always.
Yeah, man.
Always a vibe, yo. You always got the content, man. You got me. You killing me over here on the IG.
You already know, man. You gotta provide entertainment, man, because people get easily bored, man. And unfortunately, man, that's the name of the game, man. Like you could put up an informative video or something informative, and people just like dub it, right? You say you get like 50 views, right? But then you put up somebody busting their ass, you get 1,000 views. You're like, what the hell? What is the world coming to? But you already know, man. Dinner at the Round Table Podcast. We're in the house. Today's main topic is e-commerce, featuring music artist Rob Roman, Rxb Rxman. You already know. Substitute the O for the X. You already know what it is. But yeah, man. Welcome back, bros. We haven't had you here for about a year and a half, almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. The
Sound
other
like that,
day,
yes.
You know me, always on mute.
I even asked you to unmute you, and you still wouldn't. Come on.
I'll be wilding.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. But yeah, man. So let's get into what Rob Roman's been up to, man. First of all, how did COVID-19 treat you, man? Everything's good on your side with your family and all that?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's been good. I've been fortunate enough to not have any casualties due to COVID. I've had people get sick, but nothing like crazy to the point like other people, the way other people have had it with their families. So I've been fortunate enough for that. But what I can say is COVID, during the time of COVID, it was like a good awakening season.
I feel that.
Time to really get off your ass and get on your shit type shit. Cause
and what did you do with the time? Like, did he write more music? Did he get a new hustle? Let me know, man.
Well, pre-COVID, I had just started an embroidery company. Not embroidery company. It's branding and music publishing, but the branding aspect came with embroidery. And heat press, you could say, but lately my heat press services I've been getting a lot more increase. with that as well. And I've also been making minor logos, like small stuff, simple stuff. Like if it's complex, I outsource things. But I've during that time, you can say I've stepped it up in the administration level.
Okay.
Okay.
So more like understanding how to run a business, um, figure out ways to increase cash flow. You know, because COVID did impact me as far as my cash flow, but I was still able to network. I was still able to keep my clients, my previous clients. It wasn't, you know what now, like some of my peoples wasn't going anywhere. They was just waiting for the timing that they can continue on with their branding. Also, it was a time for me to figure out a way how to step my branding up. So like, as you can see now, I have a dead ass hoodie, but this is only one of these. But like, you know,
Yeah, I
I've
was gonna
stepped up
ask you
my,
about that. That shit fire.
OD.
yeah, it's only one, only for me. Like I got the standard black with the red box, and then like I have a pink box, and I have different other stuff that I'm working on. I have a one of one tracksuit. I got some other things, you know, like what's it called? I call it wingding, where it's like symbols and upside down font. So I have one is called Live and one is called Imagine, because like my thing is like think big, imagine large. Because if you're not living that way, like it's just unfortunate, because you can you don't have to live beyond your means financially. You can do it in your mind and be
You
able
can do it.
to transition
Yeah.
to that, so that way it becomes an everyday life or everyday habit, instead of just seasonal income tax time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
why you have to wait till you have vacation hours at your job for you to go away? You know what I'm saying? Why you using your sick time? They just gotta call in. Oh yeah, COVID, but just so they could go out for vacation. You know what I'm saying? But mentally, if you was able to take something that you was able to do something that you're very good at, and kind of manifest it, you can be self-employed at it. You just have to like understand how to run the business, and what you need to maintain it. And then I think I was like watching something, like a documentary, that maybe in the early 1900s and previous, like 60-70% of income made by civilians was like um self-employment. But
Yeah.
now it's like you have corporations all over the place that run everything. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like we went from owning the spot to working in.
Because remember back in those days, it wasn't such things as factory. They worked like factories, but everything was like super handmade. So everything was like slow production. When like the industrial revolution kicked in and all that good shit, that's when people really started getting employed massively on a massive scale. Like, and I'm talking like besides like coal and like building the railroad tracks and shit like that. You feel me? Like day to day, there wasn't any shit like fucking Walmart or anything like that. You know what I
Well,
mean?
the one thing I can say is information wasn't as accessible as it was, because I had this conversation with my father not too long ago.
Yeah.
Because he's like, information for me wasn't accessible as it was for him. So for back in the days, let's say what, 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, like all those times, people had to rely on an education in order
Yeah.
to follow a career path.
Or a
But
vocational
now,
trade, like a vocational trade.
yeah, but now I've learned everything I've learned mostly straight off of
Yeah.
YouTube University. Like I learned a lot. I'm self-taught with motion graphics, Adobe After Effects, and Premiere Pro on YouTube. I'm self-taught with my embroidery machine, kind of on YouTube, because that's how they give you the thing. They give you stuff in YouTube videos. Like watch these videos
Uh,
for like 3 weeks. after 3 weeks, then we do like a Zoom training, and they're like, okay, remember you watched the videos, so boom, and all they do is kind of correct the mistakes that we've made after watching the videos. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's still training through motion, like motion picture type shit.
Yeah.
So that's in my perspective, that's how I can learn. Now I understand not everybody can learn that way.
You would say that for
But
you it's easier to see visuals because they're different. There's different ways of learning. Like you have people who learn through text, through textbooks, or they have to learn it from a voice, like a teacher, right, or a professor, actually spitting the knowledge to them. And some people learn through visuals. You think for you, visuals are more important as far as when it comes to the learning curve?
I feel like you need to have a little bit of all three. Because what you can't learn from a textbook, you learn through trial and error.
Yeah.
And what you don't know through trial and error, you can learn through a textbook.
No, I feel you on that.
So it's a little bit of everything. And then some, like, you kind of need somebody to look over you, or a mentor or a professor in a sense, because that's what gives people confidence, because it gives someone in your corner like, yeah, you're doing okay, you're doing this right, you're doing this wrong, etc., etc. So
you're like the old man from Rocky. Get in there, punch him. Get it, you don't give up yet. Come on.
Yeah, so it's like, a little bit of all three.
Yeah, listen, man, you need a Mr. Miyagi in your corner all the time. Wax on and wax off. Daniel, son, you're not doing it right. Cut the tree like this. Cut the tree like that. I think that's why internships are important, because I believe like theory is all good. Theory is good because you need to know like the original concept of how the shit got started, just to have a basic knowledge of what the hell you're getting yourself into. But in actuality, the theory, you never use it on the field. Guaranteed. You can ask anybody. They'll tell you that most of the stuff that they learned was once they were like already in the last year of their education, right? The last year they learned when they mastered something. They went and they got an internship, and they were actually on the job learning the stuff, right? So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. It's good to have all three of them, but based off of my experience and what I've heard from other colleagues and other professionals such as myself, I've heard that the best learning curve is visualization, and when you actually having somebody proctor you while you're learning, right? Like a sensei, Mr. Miyagi type, or somebody who's you're doing an internship, you know what I mean? So I mean, you're right. I mean, but anyway, yeah, man. So let's get right into for those who don't know who Rob Roman is, because we have people tuning in that perhaps don't know who you are, right? So let's get them familiar with who you are as a person, and then let's get them familiar with who you are as a music artist, brother.
Well, I am a business owner, family man. Whew. It's a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like, I'm currently gonna start doing custom sneakers in about 2 weeks. I take courses on that. I'm gonna be learning from the shoe surgeon. I'm looking to increase my my finances, so that way at some point I could have a shop, like my own shop, but like a storefront where like I can sell my own merchandise. I do have merchandise right now at Nature's Boutique in 138th and Cypress. No, I'm Jackson. 138th and Jackson in the Bronx. Yeah, definitely you could go find some of my stuff over there.
So 138th Street and Cypress Avenue, you said, in the Bronx?
Between Cypress and Jackson.
All right, so
what's
the exact address and the name of the store?
It's called Nature's Boutique Smoke Shop. The address is on my website, imaginelarge.com. but I don't know the exact address. But I know it's on 138th between Cypress and Jackson, like right across the street from the gas station.
You already know, man. Whoever wants to get that Rob Roman gear, man, go out there, man. Support the brother right here.
Get it.
He's definitely an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I don't.
Bro. This guy's always, for as long as I know you,
Yeah,
bro, you're always into something new. You're always trying to make moves, and you're definitely an entrepreneur, man. You're definitely independent, self-made. You know what I mean, you're a
nah, I
boss.
appreciate that.
Don't Roman, don't
Nah,
Roman,
word.
don't Roman.
I mean, I don't know what's left over there right now. What they got left, because last time I went, there like more than half of the stuff I had there was gone. And that was like a couple of months ago. So I don't really know what's there left, but I still got stuff on my website, and I'll be having a new stock of stuff. I would say within 2 to 3 weeks, you could have there'll be like new designs, new stock of merch in the shop, and this a whole lot of stuff, man. I'm even working on the kids line, so you could find my people's Killer Cam in there. There's a upscale kids clothing.
Okay.
Like fire stuff. Like they got furs for kids, like real cute. Windbreaker jackets, like official stuff.
That's dope,
And
man.
it's upscale kids clothing. It's not like not no children's place type of stuff.
No French toast over here. But or Oshkosh Bagosh. But yeah, man, but definitely, man. I see you making that
$1 million
pretty soon, brother. You're gonna be making that $1 million pretty soon. So you're not only a music artist, you're just an artist in general because you're into apparel. You have your whole line set up of apparel. Now you're doing the sneaker stuff, custom made sneakers, and then you do music. So let's talk about your music career. But you definitely are, bro, an all around artist. You just make shit. You know what I mean? You make stuff up that is nice and it's beautiful, and you sell it to the world. Let's talk about your music career. That song that we played earlier was called "What's Up." I love that song. Let's talk about that real quick, man. Your music career, and let's talk about that song in particular because that song has a lot of significance to it.
Okay, well, that song in particular, I have the video out right now on YouTube. The hands that are touching me, the massage therapist, my wife. She's the CEO of the Boogie Unwind Spa. So if anybody's interested, have any medical conditions, couples massages, anything, she has like different locations. So that was part of in there because that was like a kind of like bar that I threw in there, like weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely not easy walking around with all this weight on our shoulders, especially like people who want to strive and be better, just in any way possible. That song is actually my most played song, and I should promote it more. I'm not even gonna front.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you.
Yo, that song is
we play that song here on the show without even knowing. We play that song 9 times. That plays it all the time because we have an official podcast playlist, and there's 2 of your songs there, Stripes and What's Up. But What's Up comes up more on the playlist for some reason because I guess people request it or they ask for it. I don't know. It's just it comes up all the time.
I like it.
Oh yeah. That's. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. That's the song I should promote more. Because it's my fault. Shout out to Teddy Cruz, the videographer. I didn't want to forget that because sometimes I'll be forgetting to shout out and give people the credit.
I mean, you smoking some good shit, my nigga. You already know. That is Zaza, yeah.
You on the Wi-Fi.
Yo, I'm telling you, I can't smoke any lows, man. If the eighth is 50 or less, I don't want
it. I feel that. Boy.
What you call it? I'm sorry. What was the previous question?
So when did you start your music career? Let's talk about that. What inspired you to be a music artist?
It's like that's actually like a tricky story. When I first started, I was just writing poetry here and there, and like these dudes I used to fuck with back in the days, they was like pushing me to rap because they're like, yo, you could already kind of like write bars, just throw it on the beat and try to like flow with it. So I did it for like let's say for a few months, and I thought it was all right. And then I was just like, one day I was like, you know what, let me take it serious. So my old name is actually Image MVP. So if you actually wanted to find that music, is you won't you will you only have that music if you got it when you got it. If you didn't get it when you got it, then that music is unavailable to you, because I don't even like me as an artist as Image MVP. Like, I listen to my old shit and I don't like it. I'll be like, what the fuck was I talking about? Like,
Yo, bro, I'll be on that same wave.
so it's like now I feel like, let's say that's almost 12 years. You could say I started like in 2008, 2009, maybe. So yeah, like almost 11, 12 years. So I want to say I took it serious like within a year. I was like, yeah, let me start doing music. But it wasn't until like 3 years ago or 4 years ago where I transitioned to Rob Roman, like my real name, because I felt like it was more
Authentic,
meaningful to me. Yeah, it was like it meant more to me as an artist, like to just use my real name, because my favorite artists use their real names. It's Joel Ortiz, Joe Budden. So it's like, and that line, my real name, my rap shit, like that was my line. I love that shit. So it was like, I got to do it. So I was, Rob Roman regular, but then there's like a guitarist in Texas or some shit like that who's Rob Roman in the band. So I was like, oh, I'm not really trying to compete. When I threw the X's up, I was like the first and only thing that popped up on Google. So like you type in Rob Rxb Rxman, you're like all my shit comes up.
So yeah, they can find you quick.
Exactly. So that's really why I did that whole transition to the X's.
Yeah, I mean,
And
uniqueness
did
is definitely the big thing.
and did like your music stem all your creativity, or you would say that you were like already like a pretty creative person, like already in like the art field before you started like really getting into music?
All right. So realistically, I feel like I was more creative when I started.
Okay.
So as Image MVP, I feel like I had more creativity because I didn't have any limits. I didn't have anything. I was just going with the flow. So like
You didn't have
I felt like
you didn't know exactly what you were doing. So it
I
was
I
like,
felt like I could come up with content a lot easier. Topics, maybe write more stories or whatever you call it. Like I felt like I was able to do that better. Now I'm way more witty. I'm way more clever. So because I'm way more witty and clever and how I structure my music, um, I feel like that takes away from me being creative and just rocking out, because if it sounds whack to me, I'm not gonna put it out.
no, I feel you on that.
Like
I feel it.
I'm a realist at the end of the day. Like I'm realistic. So like granted, sometimes like my music moves me now to the point where like I could separate me as an artist and actually listen to me as a fan and appreciate it. So it's like I feel like now that I'm understanding that whole administration part of music and the behind the scenes and everything that you need to do to actually get a song out, um it's easier for me because I already have this idea and I'm able to construct it a certain way. And things have been working since I've made some transitions and made some changes. And I would say that's within the past 3 months, like that I've made changes and I've seen results. So, yo, I'd barely be promoting my shit, and I have
It's,
what
it's
12K plays. You know what I'm saying? Like on Apple,
bro.
I got
What's up? That song is fire, super
thank you,
fire.
thank you.
Like I'm not gonna bullshit you, and your other tracks is super dope as well. And you were right. Like your music is meaningful, and damn, fuck.
Don't worry about it. You can do it.
Hold on. Hold on.
You can
I
do
completely
it.
lost my train of thought. You
You
know
can
what?
do
Like,
it all night long.
I'm about to mess with your head right now. You know what's the craziest thing ever? Have you ever thought about that you'll never see yourself perform live?
No,
Be- You never thought about that? Since you're
nah,
because you know how some artists aren't able to separate themselves from themselves from like the person on like behind the screen.
yeah.
And you had mentioned that you were able to separate yourself. So
Yeah. I mean, to me, I don't see it as. I mean, one can see it. It's all perspective based at the end of the day. So one can see themselves as becoming an alter ego once they step on stage.
yeah,
Okay.
But from my perspective, I see it as flicking the flip of a switch.
yeah, like going
So
to a different mode.
yeah, so I'm a big fan of the light bulb, right? So when I'm not performing, this is what I am.
Yeah,
When I'm performing, this is what happens.
I feel it.
So that's and I can honestly say that I've gotten way better as a performer. Um Recently the past few performances, like I've been performing like Pain is Temporary. So I've been getting emotional when I've been performing that track, but for the most part, like when I perform, like my performance be on point.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like it's being able to one project yourself in a way that people stop what they're doing, because like I've gone to shows and someone will perform before me and they're performing and people be talking throughout the whole set, and the artist will be upset, they get mad, but like next up is me, I perform and everybody gets quiet.
Yeah, man, you got that black
It's
mamba mentality, bro.
yeah,
Kobe.
it's
You
really
gotta
like
demand the
that.
crowd. You gotta demand the
It's
energy.
it's the energy, and it's exactly that mentality. Like just because they're not paying attention, you have to make them pay attention, and the way you'll make them pay attention is by showing them that they deserve to look at your that you deserve their eyes for your performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So all you have to do is, like I said, flick that switch on, and trust me, you'll go from talking like this regular on the mic, man, shy, to being able to project and say what the fuck you gotta say, and then you able to move, and then you got some swag and all that other shit. You know what I mean? So
You gotta have people
like,
like drinking their drinks and then they're talking and they go,
yeah, it's all about entertainment. The same thing with comedy. Like it's just like comedy. If they ain't making you laugh, what's happening next? You throwing tomatoes, like.
"You're right. You're right." So that's yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. You gotta surprise these motherfuckers.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, so
Yeah, for
like
sure.
put some fries, motherfucker. That's my shit.
The price
That's
is
my
right.
shit. That's my shit.
Yeah, for sure, man. But definitely, let's talk about your new projects. Off air, we was talking about your new projects coming up. You got two right coming up, so let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so right now I got a co-project with my boy Dare. We're doing Dare to Imagine 2. It's if you guys have not heard Dare to Imagine 1, it's actually on SoundCloud. It's one of the few stuff still on my SoundCloud. I don't really have much on my SoundCloud. But that's there, up there. Um, and then we have, I believe, 5 or 6 songs for Dare to Imagine 2 already. We might put more, but not too sure. It's we're looking for a 420 release.
Hey.
So
Get over here.
definitely look for that.
Let me know. Let me know. I'll definitely put that shit on while the site starts.
Nah, word. It just already just off the 5 songs we got. Like I don't know, bro. I feel like 2 of them is hits.
Just two? Just two?
I
Wait.
told you I'm
Matter of fact,
realistic.
even better
I'm
question. Even better
realistic.
question.
I'm realistic.
Out of the ones you got recorded, out of the ones you got recorded, which one is your favorite? Are they the 2 hits or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the hits that I think they're hits.
You think they're
I think they're hits. But like I said, I'm realistic. Just because I think it's a good song doesn't mean it's a hit. These 2 type of songs I feel like are catchy and will gravitate and will stay in your mind to where
Not all
even
good
if you
songs are hits. You're right.
that like
because the
you
hit is
hear
something that's mainstream and can cross over to different genres. You know what I mean? Like that's a hit.
So I feel like 2 songs that once you hear it, it will still. I think it'll stay in your mind, and it'll be there, and then you'll catch yourself like a week later, like.
If you come up with
okay, on that good,
catchy hook, bro, and you're able to have somebody singing that hook real quick, you got it already. Because that person's gonna stream that shit. First time hearing it, they're gonna be like, "Yo, what's this though? This is fire." They're gonna go back, repeat it at least 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I do that shit all the time when I hear something that I like. I'll be like, "Yo, what? Yo, hold on, let me hear this again."
Yeah, and then Formula Rob is 4 songs with 1 bonus. It's Formula Rob is basically my formula that I developed from the book Think and Grow Rich. So Think and Grow Rich basically talks about your desire and how bad do you want it, and being like realistic about it, not just like yeah, I could do this because I'm nice. Like no, we're talking on some serious like mental state of mind type of shit. Like you were saying, the Mamba mentality. It's that same kind of thing, just detailed a little bit different. So Mamba mentality is basically my desire to be better than you, my desire to put the ball in the basket, my desire to stop you when I need to stop you. Mamba mentality, because that's the court. Yeah, the court. Anything based on the basketball court. So if you transition that into anything else, like music, rapping, you want to be the best you can, best rapper. You have to think that way, even if you know you're not. Why? Because ain't no fucking rapper who's sitting here like, yeah, like nobody want that shit. Like not like not even the underground wants that shit. Like like people want swag, people want confidence. You know what I'm saying? People want that. They want raw content. So it's taking your desire, which is D, adding persistence, because how bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying? If you get told once, are you going to stop or are you going to keep on going?
Right.
Yeah. You know, and then you multiply that by consistency, which is C. So it's D plus P times C, because consistency, that's my problem, is consistency. I have a tendency to self-sabotage.
And consistency it's very important for success, man. So you definitely got trying to get that down.
Right.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? People you got to keep on giving it to them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I put that in parentheses with a square just for look. You know what I'm saying? Give it some flavor, and then equals success, and that's Formula Rob.
There you go, Formula Rob. That's what's up.
But that's very true. Consistency is a great factor into success. And for those that don't know, the book that he's talking about is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. They got that shit on Amazon for like $8. Go check that shit out. Go change your mind.
Oh, yeah, prepared to be.
Prepare to be astonished.
And the one thing I can say is you have to go, if you take that journey open-minded. Don't go in there thinking you know it just because I told you. Because I can tell you what exactly I just said, but that doesn't mean you actually understood everything I told you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because yeah, you could take it as, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know what he's talking about. But
Nah,
then one of those factors you're lacking,
Yeah.
and one of
basically,
those factors.
That's the
it's
difference between hearing something and listening. When you hear, it comes in, comes out. You listen, you actually take time to interpret what the other person is saying. This is a very big difference. A lot of people like
So
yeah,
that's the one thing I can say. Go in there with an open mind. And I seems a little bit crazy too, because the dude's talking about having his own secret counsel and all that in his head. And I know it seems crazy, but sometimes you need to talk to me, myself, and I.
that. Yes.
no,
Sometimes you need to talk to me, myself, and I, because if you're not talking to me, myself, and I, then you're worried about everything else that's going on, and you're lacking in those one of those exponents to get you to where you need to be.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but one of the most successful tools that you can have is affirmations. Affirmations. Talk to
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Tell yourself, write stuff down. Repeat it to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Man in the mirror. Who's the only one that's gonna make that happen? You. Hello.
Hello.
So you gotta make it happen, man. You know what I mean? Like affirmations are very important. Whether you write them down, repeat those affirmations to yourself every day, or you just get in front of the mirror and just talk to yourself. Most of the most brilliant people in the world talk to themselves all the time. It's just you telling yourself, like, yo, I need to do this. And
no, bro.
a constant reminder, you need to, either step it up, step it down, or do something to make things better. It's definitely a great tool to actually talk to yourself. So that part, I very much agree with you, and that's something that we need as human beings in general. Make that more of a habit with us trying to like produce or project things. The more you remind yourself of something, affirm yourself with, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? And talking to yourself is a sign of genius. Is when you answer yourself, that's when it becomes the problem. You feel me? Nah, nah.
What?
What,
When
what,
you start,
oh, yeah, niggas suck.
you be like,
Yeah, motherfuckers.
that's what you're gonna be like. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not even a hot pocket.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
So yeah, man. So we got those new projects coming up. You know what I'm saying? Rob Roman, you already know, catch his music on YouTube, on Spotify, all digital platforms, correct?
Yeah, on major digital platforms.
And on social
Well,
media, we
let's
got
say major streaming,
major
because
streaming.
like SoundCloud, I don't have all my joints on SoundCloud, for example. So
All right, so like Spotify, Apple
yeah,
Music.
Tidal, YouTube, the Google Play,
Okay.
the TikTok is on Instagram, like with the stories and all that type of stuff.
Where anything going on TikTok? You have any like moves going on and challenges there? Like the What's Up challenge?
Yo, I be slacking. I be
Yeah, man.
slacking on the
That's the new
TikTok.
wave, man. The new
Nah,
wave.
I know.
TikTok taking over.
I know it's like, but it's a lot of it is like I said, it's within myself, like taking the time to put things to make things happen, because I'll be creating content, but like create content every day. I have things I have to do. I have 13 hats I'm wearing, so it's like
So I think you should create a mini me version of yourself and call him,
I shall call him Mini Me.
and like that, he could be your affirmations, and then you can
that
go back
word.
and forth. And
Nah,
you can
nah.
talk to him about your shit instead of talking to yourself in the mirror. Come on, give me a hug.
Give me a hug.
All right, So yeah, man. So definitely, man. So we're gonna run into some of your tunes. The other days gonna spin some of your stuff. And then we're gonna come right back with the main topic, which is e-commerce, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I got
E-commerce.
some stuff about
You don't
that.
know what e-commerce is? E-commerce is just electronic commercial stuff. You know, you sell stuff, buy stuff, resell it, blah blah blah. E-commerce. Amazon, that's e-commerce. eBay, that's e-commerce. Walmart.com, that's e-commerce. You already know what it is, man. So for all y'all dudes that don't know what the hell e-commerce is, we just told you. So the other
Boy,
day,
yeah.
you got that hefty rant.
A hefty ransom. A
I got
hefty ransom. Mr. President, in 12 hours, I will destroy Washington, D.C. with this giant laser.
So you already
This
know, man.
is Dinner at the Round Table Podcast.
Here's the plan. We get the warhead and we hold the world ransom for $1 million.
Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor rub. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor rub. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. My haters be the ones who used to show me love. Drowning when you see them cause they only sub. Ride the waves to see the days when I land. If you or die, it's you or I, so I am. Doing me, cause soon a ball worth $5 grand. Put the work, become a king like I man. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor rub. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor rub. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. Shooting, but you missing, you should host a rub. Wishing I ain't make it, are you brave enough to sober up? Make a move till I come up, sundown to the sun up. What's down, no, I'm one up. Fun down, so my fun's up. Buzz down, get my buzz up. Run shit, get my lungs up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor rub. Hit me when you know what's up. Weight is on my shoulders, got my shoulders up. Got the back, came home and got a shoulder rub. If the radar ain't allowed, then get your odor rub. Hustle got my motor rub. Hit me when you know what's up. Talking shit cause they see me.
I'm feeling blessed, so
I'm feeling blessed, so what? I'm about to earn my stripes.
so
I'm going on my stripes.
Hustle day and night.
Hustle day and night.
Moves playing right.
Moves playing right.
Feeling blessed, so I'm about to earn my stripes.
Image also Rob Roman. I come around, your feelings will start showing. I'm on public, y'all lurkers, it's all women. Come around to my sons, cause all of you start glowing. Watching what I do, then try to make it your own. I'm flattered, not that it don't matter. If you got something for it, prepare for my own platter. Had the plate prepared cause I'm on batter. These haters is like birds, I'm seeing they all chatter. If the dreams oppose mine, I'm leaving them all shattered. I punish you, leaving y'all all splattered. So late, come around, I'm seeing y'all all scattered like roaches.
This is Dinner at the Round Table
For all
Podcast.
the times I got through it, put my heart and my soul in this music. Thankful for all the times I got through it. I'm feeling blessed, so I'm about to earn my stripes. I had to live so I'm going to earn my stripes. Hustle day and night. Moves playing right. I'm feeling blessed, so
together. Seafood, either eat it or go sell it for cheddar brie. Enemies out here trying to fuck up the Gouda. If you win it, out my way like I'm Luda. Too furious, fast so don't matter, the hustle is too serious. Got out they shade, they saying I'm too serious. Just making moves, believing I'm too curious. Furious, my vision went pitch black. Light, I could flip that. Forward, no flip backs. Catching Z's on me, better hope it's a quick nap. Seeing that I'm earning the right to say that I'm the one because I'm earning my stripes.
I love what I do, I know what I'm doing. Thankful for all the times I got through it. Put my heart and my soul in this music. Thankful for all the times I got through it. I'm feeling blessed so wide. I'm about to earn my stride. I had to learn so wide. I'm going to earn my stride. Hustle day and night. Moves playing right. I'm feeling blessed so wide. I'm about to earn my stride.
It's about time I make moves. Moves. It's about time I make 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 moves. I've been here too long, been burnt many L's like the beer too long. Out to do what's right, could still do wrong. Moving on, this chest might have put you in checkmate. Doing something right, I'm starting to get hate. The icebox had to put it under my chest plate. Frozen, learning when to turn the heat on. Put the work in, my name is in the neon. Lights keep them on than the demons. Boogie me turn into the boogeyman. X-rated, feeling the boogie nights. Ex-native, living the boogie life. Take a breath, release and scream out. BX, I'm repping the boogie like middle fingers in the New York fist. Put it in the air. Saw the great said it's about time you make moves. It's about time I make moves. I'ma make moves. It's about time I make
At the Roundtable Podcast, we're back, man. You already know, man. That was Rob Roman right there, man, with his hits. Saying stripes. We got WhatsApp, and let's make moves, man. That's what's up, man. That shit was fire, man. The other day, under the 1 and 2s, we're back, man. What's going on? Then at the Roundtable was Gucci. So out of those 3 songs, man, what's your favorite, man? WhatsApp?
Nah, to be honest,
I said WhatsApp.
out of all my songs, my favorite is Pain is Temporary.
Okay.
And then my next favorite would be La La.
La La. Okay. Want to send those? What can we get those right there real quick so we can play at the end of the song? I mean, at the end of the episode.
No, they're all on the platform. So if you
they're
just
on YouTube too, I didn't see those there.
Yeah. Rxb Rxman.
Yeah.
La La.
All right, great, perfect. So we'll grab La La at the end, and I play that one. See what it is.
Yeah, and then
man. So those records are fire.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You found the La La the other day. You got that?
I'm getting on it. Give me a minute.
All right, buddy. Which
got La La.
5 screens you got over there.
I also got I Mean It. That's something for the ladies. That's a dope track too.
Fire, man. See it, man, for sure, man. But yeah, man, you got a lot of good projects out, man. You definitely gotta get those projects more attention because those projects are fire. And everything comes with its time. You definitely been putting that work in, and I know that Your time is gonna come soon, brother, for sure.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That it means a lot when you have people in your corner.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm that
So
you
I
know, we're definitely
appreciate
in your
that.
corner here, brother. Um, and we definitely are fans of your music, bro. Definitely fire shit for sure. You know, it's the type of music you can listen to, and also the jam and the whip. You know what I mean? Like, it's very versatile in that sense. And yeah, there's definitely I mean, my opinion on it has always been great. I mean,
Nah, I'm open for constructive criticism. So like I appreciate the fact that you like it. But even if anyone listening, anything like if it's something that you're not into or something that you would like to hear me on or just something that you want to see different, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm very open to to other opinions towards my
yeah,
music, mainly towards music. When it comes to certain things, that's when I'm certain picky. I didn't ask you what you thought about this. Like when it's music, I'm open for people to make criticism and because that's what that's for. It's for entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
for
And if
sure.
someone's not being entertained, that what can I do differently to make them feel entertained?
Sure. Absolutely, for sure. So yeah, man. So our main topic today is e-commerce, man. We are featuring music artist Rob Roman. We're gonna get
Before
Woo.
into
that, any other tracks
e-commerce.
you want me to get?
Lala and
I mean it.
I mean it. How about talk shit?
Yeah, I like talk shit too. Talk shit is good. That's
wow,
that's a that's a you could say it's a street kind of club trying type of track. It's dope. I like talk shit. That's a
but
sleeper. That's a sleeper.
there you go. For sure, man. But we're gonna get into e-commerce real quick. I'm gonna let our public know, our listeners and the audience, for those tuning in, what e-commerce really means. We're gonna pull up the definition from Shopify. Who else better than to say Shopify? Shopify is one of the biggest platforms of e-commerce. Their definition of e-commerce right now, we're gonna bring it up. So yeah, unfamiliar people can get familiar. You know what I mean? So here we go, man. We got it. So what is e-commerce? E-commerce is also known as an electronic commerce or internet commerce. Refers to the buying and selling of goods or services using the internet and the transfer of money and data to execute these transactions. E-commerce is often used to refer to the sales of physical products online, but it can also describe any kind of commercial transaction that's facilitated through the internet. So basically, when you sell shit on the internet, it's called e-commerce. You buy it, you resell it, e-commerce. That's it. For all non intellectuals out there. Whereas e-business refers to all aspects of operating an online business. E-commerce refers to specifically the transaction of goods and services. So, big difference. E-business, e-commerce. You can have e-commerce without owning an online business. If you're doing e-commerce, you can do it through Shopify. That doesn't mean that you're the owner of Shopify. That means that you have a partnership with them and you're selling things through Shopify. That does not mean you have an e-business. An e-business will be actually you having a website just like Rob Roman does, just like dinner at the roundtable.com. You go there, we sell our merch. That's e-business. You know what I'm saying? And we e-commerce too. You heard? Get your game or step up. Anyway, but the history of e-commerce begins with the first ever online sale on August 11th, 1994. A man sold a CD by the bank Sting to his friend through his website Netmarket, an American retail platform. This is the first example of consumer purchasing a product from a business through the World Wide Web or e-commerce as we commonly know it today. So wow, that's crazy. I had no idea. So in 1994 was the first sale of a purchased good, a resale, right?
Uh-huh.
First e-commerce.
But it may not be a resale. It could have a retail product.
Yeah, but he had to buy that CD though.
Yeah, but it doesn't. He could have been an artist, and if he was an artist and it was his own CD.
No, no, he sold a CD by the bank Sting, like Sting the band.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So you know what I'm saying? So
I didn't hear
he
that. I
either
didn't hear
bought the
that.
CD or he was part of the production. Either
Yeah,
or,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he sold something that wasn't his
yeah, yeah,
originally,
yeah.
right?
I got it now. I
So
got it.
yeah,
I didn't. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. So that's what e-commerce is. You can buy goods, resell it, or you can make your own goods and sell it through another platform. Because e-business and e-commerce is two different things. E-business is when you own your own platform and you sell stuff from there. So how Rob Roman and then at the roundtable.com, we have our own .com, our own domain. We can sell merch through there, anything we want. So that's e-business. E-commerce is when you grab something, resell it through a platform such as Amazon, eBay, Shopify, blah, blah, blah. Right? Since then, e-commerce has evolved to make products easier to discover and purchase through online retails and marketplaces. Independent freelancers, small businesses, and large corporations have all benefited from e-commerce, which enables them to sell their goods and services at a scale that was not possible with traditional offline retail. Global retail e-commerce sales are projected to reach 27 trillion by 2020. Wow, that's insane. I don't think there's another market out there making this type of money, bro. E-commerce is the wave of, I mean, it's not only the wave of the future, it's the actual wave of the present. What do you guys think, man?
I agree. Um, and this is kind of like perfectly why this I kind of chose this too. COVID was a perfect example of the building of e-commerce. So how many businesses do you know shut down?
A whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them were not able to successfully transition to an e-commerce establishment. So the restaurants, for example, the ones that are still around are the ones that had Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, Caviar, all the e-commerce food retailers. So that's what allowed some restaurants to stay open. The fact that they were popular enough to transition to e-commerce, and people and regular people was able to oh yeah, I want food from there. So like, and they didn't it didn't matter the price in particular for some establishments. People don't mind the upcharge. So that's a great tool. Amazon is another tool. eBay, PayPal, like it's so like the Shopify you were saying, the OfferUp. There's so many other platforms that can be utilized for someone to actually like make something happen. And you can and I remember Gary Vee talking about this. Like they have like apps, not apps. There's like pages on IG where people be giving up free stuff. So you can like hawk the page, something pops up. Oh, okay, boom. I could sell that, grab that, fix it up, repaint it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can to make it refurbished, make it look appropriate, and then resell it for what? 300%. If you're able to do that, because that's rule of thumb. Ideally, you would want 100% to your re-up, 100% to your company, and then 100% to you. So ideally, that's the only how establishments will be able to survive at the end of the day, especially if you have employees.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean that's the new wave. I mean, traditional businesses like storefronts, which are traditional businesses, are great too. But what happens when there's a natural disaster, or when we have a pandemic, just as the one that we experienced? I mean, you got to shut down, and then when you have a staff of employees, I mean, 20 employees is depending on you. You know what I mean? Like, you feel bad, but what can you do? You got to follow the state guidelines, the government guidelines. You can't just open up. You know what I mean? So e-commerce is definitely a great way for you to start your own business, and also, I mean, eventually growing into e-business, and you can actually even have a staff helping you doing that. You can have personal assistants, people running drop ships for you and whatnot. You know, so there's a way to make it through electronic commercial buying and selling, right? So we got types of e-commerce models. Let's talk about that. There are 4 main types of e-commerce models that can describe almost every transaction that takes place between consumers and businesses. Number one, business to the consumer. I mean, business to consumer, B2C. That's the the terminology used by these business marketing guys. When a business sells a good or a service to an individual consumer, example, you buy a pair of shoes from an online retailer, and and you can resell it, or you can resell it to an individual consumer, and or sell it to uh a group of people if you want. You know what I mean? If you buy a large amount of them, right? If you could buy 10 of them, sell it to a group of people. You buy one, you resell it, right? So then we got a business to business. When a business sells a good or service to another business, example, a business sells software as a service for other businesses to use. So for instance, we're using Zoom right now to transmit this live interview. Well, guess what? We got to pay a subscription. So we're getting paid because we're monetizing off the YouTube or whatever the case is through the digital podcast. But we had to pay Zoom. So Zoom, business to business. We paying Zoom, then other platforms are paying us for what we do, right? That's another example, right? So there's two examples right there. What do you guys think about those two examples? Those are the main, I think those are the more
Those
like,
great examples.
yeah, those are the two like main ones, right?
So the B2C, I
Not
believe, is
really.
like direct. So it would be like for what we have personal, we purchased the merch wholesale
Yeah.
to sell retail directly, business to consumer.
Yes.
So the other, and then the the one that would not be in that would be as if you use Amazon as a third party platform, or Shopify as a third party platform, or eBay, or platforms on that in within
Yeah,
those
so for instance, if
categories.
somebody visits your website and buys a merch from there, right? Like, what's the name of your website again, Rob Roman? What you merchant
I
over?
It's imaginelarge.com.
If you go to imaginelarge.com and you buy something, well, that's his own business. That's he actually pays for that domain. He's selling it to you individually. That's B2C. I mean B2C, yeah.
Yeah,
B2C?
that would be
Yes,
an example of the first one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like, but everything here is something that we experience on a daily basis. Like, think about it like this: like the first one, business to to consumer. You could consider that like Rob's website, Amazon, Foot Locker, anything
Everything.
that you're gonna be buying something directly from a business.
Yeah.
Business to business would be more of Amazon getting their products from whatever source they're getting their products from. And
Yeah,
commerce,
or like it can be like you reselling stuff too. You can buy
yeah.
10 pairs of
well,
Jordan
the
and
thing
That
then
would be,
resell it.
but that would be consumer to consumer.
the thing with
I mean, not really, because
Amazon
you're
would
buying it
be,
straight from the manufacturer and you reselling it. So you're buying
yeah,
a service from another business, and then so you're servicing your business with another business. Does that make any sense? No, or am I wrong?
no,
No,
yeah, that works
I
like
get
that.
what you're saying, but if you think about it like that, let's say if you're getting it straight from the manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
Most businesses are not gonna pay resale price.
You're paying wholesale.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Foot Locker doesn't pay retail price for Nike.
So okay, so let's do this. All right. So
Well,
the
all right.
example, the
So
example
hold
that I
on, hold on.
first.
I
Okay.
actually, real quick, my fault to
Okay.
cut you
Okay.
off. I
Okay.
just watched the video about that the other day.
Yeah.
So, because people have this thing as to why certain companies charge so much for their sneakers and for certain things. So, the reason why Nike is the world leading in footwear and Adidas is in apparel, right? So, right, each sneaker, let's say, costs what, $6, $7
Mhm.
to make in China,
Yeah,
right? Let's just say.
Right.
So, and then they're buying them by the thousands, if not maybe tens of thousands,
Well,
in order to get maybe even a couple of dollars in difference. Because I've already like had talks with fact manufacturers overseas to get some of my merch. So the price only goes down when you order a shitload of product. If you don't order a shitload of product, you get in a reasonable price,
yeah, you gotta do it in bulk for sure.
right? So each sneaker, let's say, costs $6. $7, right? Well, when you add shipping, because you have to pay customs, you have to ship it overseas, the docks and all that stuff, docking fees and everything, comes out to like what, 20 and change per sneaker,
Okay.
right? That Nike or Adidas or Puma or anybody's paying. And then on top of that, they have to pay an entry fee for it for them to get the shipping, because they're gonna have to pay for customs over here to look through the stuff to make sure everything is good money. And then on top of that, to resell it to Foot Locker, they're only putting $5 on it or $6 on it. Is a video about this. I could actually send you the link so you can catch up, so you can like really follow up with what I'm saying. So think about it. And then the manufacturing dollars that they're putting in, they're spending how much millions, billions of dollars a year in commercials and billboards.
But
They
you know
what I'm saying?
They know they do that knowing, because they know they can stand behind their product, because they know that their return is going to be much larger.
Of course,
they have
but when
the fan base, right, that buys Nike.
No, of course. Of course. But think about it though. When you add, like when I add all my expenses, I don't make as much money, because when I add all my bills together. It's the same thing with Nike and Adidas. When you add all that money up together, they probably make the sneakers, what? Let's say Jordan right now is what, 190 retail price?
Like 220.
It's like P. Diddy said, man.
With
you
tax,
gotta waste
right?
You gotta waste money to make money, bro.
Right. So out of that 190, they probably made $100. You know what I'm saying? They probably made $100 out of the let's say 190, 200. They probably made about 100.
Hey, you gotta, right? So you gotta spend money to make money.
So they spent $100 to make 200. So they only made 200% profit. So they're still missing that extra 100% that ideally you're supposed to make. So this is where, by cutting expenses and changing certain things is how you can maneuver and add to that, right? So now, as a regular person, you know what I'm saying? Think about you. You make something, you put your time into doing something, you're going to want a certain amount of money for whatever skill set it is you have.
Exactly.
So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it adds up, because think about it. The Jordans will be dead stock. So everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, people is running to the stores to buy them. Certain sneakers be exclusive and stuff like that. So that's what picks up the value. But ideally, you know what I'm saying? And because they're buying it by the thousands and the 10,000s, that's why they'll make that money back. That's how they can make the $100 million, because they bought 100,000 sneakers. You add $100 to 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where that's where those millions come in. So it's like people don't understand that fully. They just sitting there like, oh damn, I paid too much for a pair of sneakers. I feel you, I understand, but it's not even like they're making a lot of money off of it, because there's so much that goes into just bringing the sneaker over here.
Yeah, I mean for that matter, man. Tell you the truth, man, I would just say that shit at home, bro. Do that shit at home, honestly.
Like, think about it. Even to do it here,
the labor costs are cheaper. By the time you put the numbers in, man, I mean, how much of a difference really it doesn't make? I think it's just the taxes. The taxes be killing the companies here. But I think
the taxes. That's what it is.
Yo, you have to remember taxes, pensions, insurance,
unions. People want to complain.
All of that.
30-minute breaks. Over there, they be like, "You're not taking a break." Oops.
Better work for 5 cents an hour.
You better shut up and eat your little ramen soup. Don't get it. I think business to business, though, the B2B is more like I explained earlier. Like, for instance, our website is ran by Wix, right? Wix, the Wix, the domain You can build your own website. So we bought dinnerattheroundtable.com from them, and we build our own shit. You know what I mean? So that's business to business. I'm using Wix's software to build my shit. You know what I mean? So that means that's what B2B B2B means, business to business, right? When you buy somebody's software or somebody's idea to make your stuff a project, you know what I mean? To make your idea flourish. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's perfect
I get what
sense.
you
And
mean.
the example you used earlier with Zoom was another good one.
Yeah, for sure. So let's move on to another type. That was so we got business to consumer, B2C. When a business sells goods or service to individual consumer, B2B, number two, when a business sells good or service to another business, right? Number three is when a consumer sells a good or service to another consumer. So for instance, example, you sell your old furniture on eBay to another consumer. So I got a I got a I got an old Yankees hat, signed by Bernie Williams, but I used it many times. I don't want it no more. But I know somebody's gonna want it for memorabilia reasons, right? I go on eBay and I resell it. That's consumer to consumer. We don't have a real business. I don't have a business. That person doesn't have a business. We're just selling each other stuff, online, and that's it. That's another form of e-commerce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
That's like the sneaker resellers.
Yeah, yeah, sneaker resellers too, but that'd be only if the the reseller was an actual business. You know what I'm like?
Yes. No, no, wait. So no. Wait. No, no,
Well,
no, no.
Like
No, no,
like
no.
a
If they
actual
were if
business.
they were a business, they wouldn't be C2C. Is it?
Oh, you mean
Sorry,
some consumer to consumer?
yeah,
yeah.
because I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got
unless
you.
you have a
Yeah, 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 yeah.
resale, unless you have a resale entity, like you actually have a business.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah, yeah,
sell
yeah.
to
My
that.
fault. My fault.
But I mean,
I,
first, if you do it individually, just on you out of word of mouth, then that's consumer to consumer because you actually bought that, you used it, you restored it, and then you resold it. But at the end of the day, you don't have an established business, so it can't be business
yes, correct.
consumer to consumer. You know what I mean? So
Correct.
so there you go. So when a
Man,
consumer
I've
sells
done
a
sold
good or a
mad kicks
service to
on
another consumer,
eBay.
huh?
I've done sold mad kicks on eBay.
There you go. So that was a C2C.
Yeah.
C2C. C2C. C2.
See.
You guys been blowing it up, bro, with the smoke all night. You guys,
Yeah.
can y'all C2C? Because y'all
Yeah.
mad.
I need oxygen.
Oh man, you got the other day got the chinky eyes. I don't think he can C2C right now.
Yeah, I can see 2B. I can see beyond.
Yo, that'll be a dope name for like a boy band group. C2C. Nah, I don't think so. No, another one. I think B2B would be a good one. All right, so we're gonna move on. And the reason why we're even explaining this because, guys, remember we're on YouTube right now. You're seeing it live. Blah blah blah. Y'all can see it yourselves, right? But then at the roundtable also transmits audio through 15 other platforms: Amazon Music, Spotify, Google, Deezer, iHeartRadio, you name it, man. We on it, man. So we gotta explain this verbally so that people can understand what we doing. You know what I'm saying? That's part of is that part two? Wait, is that a B2C? It might be B2C. We're selling our business to consumers through audio. But anyway, number 4 is consumer to business, C2B. C2B. You have to C to be something, right? So when a consumer sells their own products or service, so when a consumer sells their own products or services to a business or organization, this is a good one. An influencer offers exposure. I was gonna say exposure to their online audience in exchange for a fee or a photograph licenses their photo for business to use. So that means all those guys that you see talking about, hey, you know what? You should leave your day job because I made $1 million in 2 months. I could show you the same thing. Just buy my product. Watch this video and pay $49.99, and I got you. That's consumer to business. Me, I honestly think most of those guys are just scammers, but it's on y'all. but some of them are legit. You know what I mean? So it's up to you. Just make sure you pick out the right one. So when you
But
go on,
listen,
these
don't say
guys
that.
selling you.
I'm directing one in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. So when you go online, these guys with these nice cars and getting off of jet
No,
airplanes. Those are the
no, I'm directing one of those videos like in 2 weeks.
really. There you go.
That us.
Did I ask with the Dagman Diaries or
You know who fucks with it?
Charlie?
No. Oh
I
man.
bet. Okay, I bet. There you go. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
directing one of them videos.
so a consumer sells their own products or services to a business or organization, an
But
influencer. That's one
also
example.
known
There's
as
many
like
other
freelance work.
freelance work. Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, if I teach you how to create a podcast, then that's me.
That would be consumer to business because I have a business
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm
I'm
a,
showing you the ropes, baby boy. You know, say
Wait,
you pay me $50 a month, and I'm gonna show you how to run your shit.
or
but
like if like
but
you're a camera guy and MTV hires you for one project and you're gonna do just this one project on the side. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting a salary, you're just getting or your stipend or your whatever contract. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
things
go.
to that nature.
Yeah, for sure. So examples of e-commerce can take a variety of forms, including different transactional relationships between businesses and consumers, as well as different objects being exchanged as part of these transactions. So we got there's a whole bunch of the examples of e-commerce. Let's go down this real quick. Let's make it quick. So you guys want to help? I'll take one and two. You guys, Rob Roman, you take drop shipping and crowdfunding, and then the other day will do the rest. I'll
Hey,
finish it up with seven and eight. All right. So examples of e-commerce. Number one, retail, the sale of a product by business directly to a customer without any intermediate. All right. Wholesale, the sale of products in bulk, often to a retailer that then sells them directly to consumers. Rob.
Drop shipping, the collection of money from consumers in advance
No,
of a
no.
product.
No. I
crowdfunding,
mean
My fault, my
crowdfunding.
fault,
Man,
crowdfunding.
my fault.
some
You
good
moving too
weed, man.
fast. I'm blind right now. Hold up.
You
I
see to
can't-
see? You see to
All
see?
right, drop
I'm looking
shipping.
blind.
The sale of a product which is manufactured and shipped to the consumer by a third party. Crowdfunding, the collection of money from consumers in advance of a product being available in order to raise the startup capital necessary to bring it to market.
Little day.
That's like GoFundMe.
The automatic reoccurring purchase of a product or services on a regular basis until the subscriber chooses to cancel. Physical products, any tangible good that requires inventory to be replenished and orders to be physically shipped to customers as sales are made.
Okay, number seven, digital products, downloadable digital goods, templates, and courses, or media that must be purchased for consumption or licensed for use. Services, a skill or a set of skills provided in exchange for compensation. The service provider's time can be purchased for a fee. So let's go back up to number one, retail. The sale of a product by a business directly to a customer without any intermediate. So that means that, let's say you're walking in the mall and you see a Foot Locker, you walk in there, you buy a pair of sneakers. That's an example of retail. Boom. Wholesale, the sale of products in bulk often to a retailer and then sells them directly to customers. So if you're a business, if you got a bodega and you want to sell fucking intimate cookies, you buy from Intimate, right, from Pedigree Farms, and then you or from wherever company that you're trying to sell goods from. So let's say, for instance, Goya, right? You want to sell Goya products in your store. Well, you go to Goya, you buy it in bulk, and then you resell it at your location. That's wholesale. When you're buying wholesale, so you buy straight from the manufacturer and you resell it at your store. Drop shipping is basically when one of your products gets sold, there's somebody who manufactures for you and ships it straight for you, so you don't have to have no interaction with the manufacturing or the shipping part, and you get a cut out of it. You know what I mean?
So an example from that is there's a website, I can't remember the name, but like you can tell them the hat you want, the shirt you want, and you can design it on the website and they'll make it for you, and you can send out that link to people, and if they want to buy it, they'll buy it from that third party, and then you'll get royalties based on whatever it is that was agreed upon.
So actually, the definition of all these things that we're getting, it's actually from Shopify. Shopify is actually a drop ship company. Same thing that Rob Roman was talking about. Shopify is one of those companies where they you do a mock-up to a product, you put your logo on it, boom, 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 and then you mark it up to whatever price you want to, and then you pay them whatever the cost is when somebody purchases it. They ship it for you, and then you make a profit. Boom. That's basically what it is, right? Crowdfunding. Somebody pick that one up. What's up?
It's like GoFundMe, like a GoFundMe account.
Yeah.
That's an example of crowdfunding. Or like when people, or Patreon. A Patreon. Because Patreon, like you can, but that also falls into subscription as well with Patreon.
I was about to say Patreon falls more in the subscription.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Like
it's also
like OnlyFans.
Yes, why you my mind, bro? Man, for all y'all cats, man, out there, all y'all creeps paying these little girls, man, to see their booty shake, man. That's the subscription. You know what I mean? Y'all paying, man.
$5 a month.
$5 a month for you to see her like to see her like play with her toes or something. You paying these girls a retarded amount of money to watch her eat cereal in the morning. What type of shit is that? Man, people got issues, man. People got issues. But hey, listen, man, if there's a market for it, why not? Right?
That's reality TV.
Yo, check this out. I went into a Carvel's like about 3 weeks ago. Not Carvel's, I'm sorry, Baskin & Robbins. And as I'm walking in there, check this out. I see the guy who owns the place, like, he works behind the counter, so, because they buy the franchises. He's locking the door, the little refrigerator door, he's locking it. And I said, well, yo, why are you locking it? He's like, oh, last night when I was taking care of a few customers, this guy just came in, and he took 30 ice cream cakes that I had, the big one. So I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, Joe. So I'm like, who the fuck is there? I didn't know there was a black market ice cream cake.
I understand you grabbed like 2-3 of them shit. But how the
fuck? Man. That's funny.
Was he with like a squad?
Yeah, he's probably doing wholesaling, bro. He probably bought it to be selling in his store.
Right, he's wholesaling right there, bro. He dropped shit in that shit.
I mean, he took the ones that are big, like the 12 and the 15-inch ones, the circumference one.
Shit.
It wasn't like it wasn't like the individual ones. He took the large one. He bought 30 of them. Like,
that nigga wild.
He must have had a buyer waiting, because where the fuck are you gonna keep them shits like frozen?
No, by the way, if you're ever in Baskin Robbins, get yourself the Polar Pizza. It's amazing.
Yeah. What is that like? It's like a
Polar Pizza. Check that shit out.
Polar Pizza. Okay. Right. So you have it. The other day, Wi-Fi'd up. Just said,
"Boy, munchies."
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I was like, what the hell is going on with the world, man? So apparently, there's a market for large ice cream cakes out there. So, there's a market for everything. But yeah, man. So, what's an example of physical goods that we can give our crowd and our listeners? Any tangible good that requires inventory to be replenished?
Anything you order off of Amazon.
Actually, the hat that I'm wearing right now, this dead ass hat, I got these on the site right now, so it's an example of that.
Make sure you go get it. Dead ass.
Yeah, go get your dead ass snapback, that hat. I got the Europe there too.
Yeah, so something I like that sweater, man. So you got that on your website,
the red box. I got the red box right now. But it comes only with black. I don't know, bro. I might do you a custom one just for having me again. It's a present for you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I got you. I got both of you. I got you.
There you go, man. So we can send drop that Addy in your DM. You heard? Pause.
Nah, I got you. I'm gonna send you some cuts. Send me the size.
I bet.
I got you.
Appreciate that, brother. So to move on to digital goods. Digital goods are like when you buy the little emoji packages or the sticker packages, or you buy an app that helps you create videos or whatever the case is. That's a downloadable digital good. Or when you buy an app from the Apple Store, Google Store, that's a digital product, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, or music from iTunes.
Or music from iTunes, yeah. So if
Or
you download a song that or subscribe to, you pay for one of Rob Roman's songs, on Spotify that you already know.
yo,
Or
talking about digital goods, are y'all up on the new NFT shit?
What
Have y'all
is
heard
that?
about
yeah, not non fungible tokens. So
it? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you know what's funny? My man's was telling me about this
Bro,
before
that shit
this
gonna
even blew
change
up.
the fucking game.
Before this even blew up, my man's told me about it. And it's funny because I was mad nonchalant about it. Like, I get to it when I
What
get
is it?
to
What is
it.
it? Released. Spill the beans, man.
So
So yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
got this or I got it.
Um, now let me go since I'm the interviewee.
All right, go ahead,
Fuck
go
it.
ahead.
All right. So
ahead.
basically a non-fungible token is kind of creating like imaginary investment. So it's like a Bitcoin in a sense. So for example, let's say my dead ass sweater, right? I'm gonna send you guys two dead ass sweaters, custom made, one of one pieces. And let's say I just so happen to sign the sweater itself, right?
Yeah.
You could then go and make those sweaters non-fungible tokens, right? So based on my success could determine the value of that token. So let's just say hypothetically, up and coming artists, I had 200,000 fans right now. That's the plan, but let's just say right now, this very second, I had 200,000 fans. Everybody was Rob Roman and everything. All this, that at some point in my career, unless I fumble the ball and some bullshit happens, or you know what I'm saying, like where I make some stupid mistakes and decisions, but for the most part, boom, I'm on point, I'm rising. Each album I'm dropping, it goes platinum. Those sweaters can now go from whatever. Let's say you pay, I'm giving them to you, but let's say you paid $20 for them, hypothetically, right? You make it a token and you want $20,000 because my history is showing that within 5 to 10 years, I'm gonna hit 20 different milestones of success and get Grammys and do all of this shit. So now other people can come in and pay you to invest into that sweater. So now once I'm at that level, that's $20,000 can now become 100,000, because if, like, let's say I later on in 20 years from now,
Wow.
I'm like, yo, that's the sweater I gave these dudes, and now I buy it back from you. I buy it from you for, you want 200,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, Rob,
So
you describing crypto though.
yeah, but that's like the same thing with the tokens, because it's like it's
No,
investment in the tokens.
NFT is like, all right, it's like a media file, or it's like a media file that you sell off. And when you sell it off, it basically records itself to the blockchain. And whoever has that now has the original. And all other copies is like not worth anything except for the
Well,
original.
because my man's, when he explained this to me, he explained it to me with baseball cards, because that's how he did it. He made his baseball cards tokens, so he had to go and get get everything verified, all that. So an example of what I'm saying with my sweater, it could be an example of a Zion Williamson rookie card or an
Yeah.
Aaron Judge rookie card. You make that rookie card a token because those two are top prospects in the game, up and coming prospects in the game. So by the time their careers is over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a point where they might break records. You know what I'm saying? God forbid injury or anything like that. But for the most part, those is the two let's say up and coming stars. In football, you got who we got? What's the dude from the Cardinals? The quarterback. Can't remember his name right now. Gonyo.
Oh, for the Chiefs, you mean, or Pat Mahomes?
Nah. Mahomes is one, and from the Cardinals, the other one that he won the Heisman from the Sooners.
I forget his name, but I know who you're talking about.
He's man short. He's like the short Russell Wilson. But
Yeah.
I wanted to give him the respect and say his name. Actually, I can't. It's not coming to me. But example, you had those cards or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And people can invest into those tokens. So that way, at some point, you as an investor, because you hold the token and you have the original, you can resell it for future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, it is that, but it's also like with investment and you can like get investments from that because he just made like I think
Talking
three, four
about
racks
Kyler
of
Murray,
baseball
right?
cards. Kyler Murray, there we go. Kyler Murray. But yeah,
Didn't
he
he
just made
make
like
like
4 Gs
63
of baseball cards.
Isn't that the artist that just made like 63 million off the NFTs selling art?
Who did that?
Some artist he created like this series of NFTs that
Oh
sold
yes, the
like
50 Cent
63
shit.
million.
It's
He
with the
made-
50 Cent shit, right? That he makes 50 Cent's face. Is that the dude you're talking about?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
You mean 63
Um,
million? Wow, man. All right, so we're gonna continue to do the NFTs, but let's finish the last service here. Service is a set or a skill set of provided in exchange for compensation. The service provider's time can be purchased for a fee. So that's what that's like optimum cable, right? They're transmitting images to your TV so that their provider, who in exchange is receiving compensation for providing that service to you, and you can buy it, and you're basically buying it for a fee every month, right? Correct? Is that sir? Does that make sense or no?
Yeah.
All right, great. So those are the services right there, man. If you guys want to check it out, it's on www.shopify.com. What is e-commerce? All you gotta do is put in what if Shopify. What is e-commerce? Or you can just type in what is e-commerce. There's different definitions to it, but Shopify is one of the leading companies when it comes to e-commerce. They have their own encyclopedia where they explain everything to you because they definitely want you to get involved, So there you go. Check it out. And for those who have any questions, just go do your research yourself. You heard? Or you can hit us up at the end of the round table on the YouTube, send a little question there. We'll reply right back. But you guys are talking about the non what is it? Non-fundable
Non
non
fungible tokens.
fungible. Okay. Non-fungible tokens. So for instance, if I buy on the Megan Stallion and Cardi B signed vinyls to resell them, right? Is that something, or I have it there, then I have people basically.
It's like you make a picture of it. You make a digital photo of that image,
Or the vinyl.
and
Let's
you
say I bought the vinyls and I make a digital picture of the
so
vinyl.
you would have to convert the
yeah.
vinyl to like FLAC or MP3, and then you would auction it off, and then whoever buys it, basically how it would work, you would transfer those files to that person, and they'll be recorded in the blockchain. And
And
now
how do they?
that person owns the original.
Oh, I see. I see. So people can invest in the original just through a digital picture or a digital video.
Yeah. Basically, it's like how fucking they have mad pictures of the Mona Lisa,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the real Mona Lisa's in the Louvre in France.
Yeah.
It's like that.
But
So
now you can earn
basically,
it digitally.
like
So if somebody
so
uses it
like
online, then they gotta pay you.
let
No,
let's
but
say,
it
let's say
could be
that
like
Rob drops his album, right? But the first release of his album is gonna be an NFT, and let's say you buy it. Now you're the owner of the original album. Everybody else just has a copy.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay.
and then
Yeah,
and then like
But
people
only one
who
person can invest in it,
who
or
and
multiple.
that's what brings the value to the NFT, because now there's only a sole person
Proprietor.
who owns the original.
Yeah. So, but let's say, can you have multiple people be the owner of the originals or just one?
If it's
It's up to you.
like a hedge fund or a coalition, yeah.
it's
Like if
it's
multiple
entirely
people like
It's
You,
entirely
you
up to
could
the
get
seller,
more to
basically.
yeah, and then that's where the resale value comes in, like I was saying. So
Oh, okay. So
if
if I
you
say, look,
predict
I'm gonna make
a
10 out
certain
of I'm gonna make 10 out of 10 of these. That's it. Boom. And the 10 of
yeah, not necessarily just 10 out of 10, because it's a digital copy at the end of the day. Because then you would just sell it to those 10 people, the copies though. But when the time comes where, like, let's say I want to come back and I want to buy that original, and you like, bro, you big time now. Like, I want $1 million from that. Anybody who basically paid for a copy or that investment gets a piece of that $1 million.
Yeah.
oh, I
You
see.
get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So even though, yes, you are the owner, other people can pay you to be a partial owner, kind of like a Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You own a partial Bitcoin, just a small little fraction. But once everybody makes money, once it goes up and the inflation happens, everybody makes a little something.
Like a
So
pyramid scheme.
it's all based on you, in a sense, yeah. But pyramid schemes are based on making
Not really a pyramid scheme.
people have subscriptions. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
you, I
So it's
feel you.
not
But
really
okay,
making
so to check this out.
subscriptions.
So
It's
the NBA recently, I think they got into the same type of business. They're selling clips of like LeBron, like a nice LeBron James dunk, right? You buy that clip. So they only they
yeah.
only
So
allowing they only allowing 20 people to buy at a time, right? That one clip only 100 people can buy. So if you become one of those buyers of that clip, then you own it, and then what happens? Like you can resell it to a
the
company
only
that's
thing,
gonna use
the
it or
only thing I could think of, is bypassing copyright and trademarks. So let's say if you yourself was, let's say, an editor or somebody using content, you could possibly now maybe use that little footage. Or let's just say the NBA platform increases, so let's say the platform goes from, I don't know how much they made last year. Let's say they made 100 mil and they make 200 mil the following year, and then somebody else comes in and wants to buy the NBA, and then they sell the NBA for $1 billion. I believe you might receive something because you are now partial owner of that copyrighted
like
product, because
yeah,
that
Once
dunk
the
is still
NBA sells once the NBA sells it as an NFT, they're giving up all rights to that clip.
oh I see what you're saying.
They're giving
Yeah,
up all rights to that clip. They're giving up everything to that clip. You are the owner of that clip now.
that's
It
crazy.
doesn't matter who recorded it, who had it. You are the sole owner, sole proprietor of that clip.
Who would ever thought it would lead to this?
So,
Like, people just like doing
so
retarded
let's
shit.
say if fucking LeBron James says, "Oh, I'm gonna collect all 100 clips of the dunk that I did," and you're like, "Bro, give me $1 billion for it." He can't tell you no. You're the one setting the price.
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that's where the resale and the investment comes in.
Yeah.
It's predicted. It's being able to have a prediction on things. So it's like
You're like, okay, I bought this for $100. They predict it's gonna be $1 million in about a year, and then you be like, yo, you guys wanna throw me some dollars to invest in it right now,
yeah, exactly.
and then you guys can also benefit off of the resale later.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I see. Okay, so you guys basically are buying. You're basically buying a share of whatever it is that the person owns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
but it's digital kind of. So that's what I was saying. It's like imaginary because it's still a
But what?
physical product. It's still a
But
physical product, but like you're paying
that's
for a
retarded.
copy of it.
I think it's a good idea, but it's also retarded because what if the person doesn't actually really own the product and it's just a ruse
No,
thing?
no, that's the thing about it. The way it works is that transaction, once you buy the NFT, that transaction gets recorded into what's called the blockchain.
Okay.
And
And that blockchain can't be tampered with at all.
yeah,
So let's say
everything
so
needs to be
how can they
verified.
verify
So
that the
everything
original
can be
person?
verified. So let's say that yet again Rob drops his album and you buy the original. Rob no longer owns the original album. Yes, he owns the rights to his music, of course, and all that, but he does not own the original recordings anymore.
Oh, I see.
Even Rob has copies.
But what I'm saying is, how
You
can
bought
I
the
prove
original. Yeah.
that I actually have that item
Yeah,
to
you own
people?
it.
But how
Well,
can
the way
I can just say, look, I can just say, hey, I got this phone. You guys want to invest in it, and take a picture of it, and you guys would okay. He kind of says he has it. How can you prove that I have that item?
no, it's the process like anything. So like when my man was doing it with the baseball cards, he had to get it like I forgot, like yeah, kind of like a thing appraised, and then they get the sticker that it's a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, and they got the official case on it with the star, and like you have to do all of that shit, like really get it like authenticated. There we go,
But let's say
authenticated.
let's say you're like the talented Mr. Ripley, and you like you falsify whatever it is that you bought, and then
I mean, it's just like any other thing. You're gonna have some type of investigation coming after you until you get caught. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
You'll be
I
good
don't
until
like
you
that.
get caught.
Me personally, I would not invest in some shit
But
like that
you have
unless
to
I have the
remember
physical
now-
item in my hand.
No, but you have to remember now they're using this more for like the digital arts.
I see.
You feel me? Like it's
So
basically more
you'll
for,
probably
like,
get an instant download.
you feel me? Like instead of music artists having to sell fucking 100 million copies of his album to make 50 million bucks, he could just sell it to one person.
Oh, I see.
You feel me? He could do it as an auction and still release the album
And still make concert money and all that
and
shit.
still make concert money and all that.
But when
Or
what I'm
digital
saying is
artist. Like now a digital artist doesn't have to wait until they die to make bread.
but let's say for instance me, let's say I create this awesome sneaker, right? Me, because I know how to make sneakers, and then I want people to like invest in it. I can just take a picture of it, put it online. But hey, you guys want to invest in this? If you
No.
invest in it, you'll be the owner. How do they know that I actually have that sneaker in my possession?
No, it's because of the fact that this is more for the digital realm.
Oh, digital
It's
realm.
not for like tangible objects. It's more for like
I see. That's that was my question. It wasn't for actual tangible items. It was just for digital.
It's for digital
For
items.
videos, music, and artwork, right? Like artwork.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. That's where the confusion.
like-
comes. What the hell doesn't make any sense? Anybody can say that they have something, make you invest in it, and they actually don't own it. They don't have it in their possession. Makes
No, it's not. It's a non-tangible thing.
Okay, great. So that's where the confusion was at. But if it's not tangible, then I get it now. I get it.
Yeah. So it's like fucking, like yet again, if the NBA auctions off clips and shit, they're the ones that's gonna be losing now because now people are gonna be able to, bid for these clips and put whatever price tag they want on it.
Or if you buy a share of it, I think they're doing. I'm not sure if they buy it. You could buy it straight up. I think you could buy shares into it, and then if that stuff gets televised,
I don't know,
resold or something.
I don't know exactly how that would work though,
Yeah,
because it's supposed to be like sold. You feel me? It's supposed to be like an item sold.
That's what I heard that they were doing in the NBA. They're selling like clips. So let's say LeBron James wins the championship this year, and he had a crazy dunk this season. That dunk that you have a video clip of that dunk, then the networks want to use it. They got to pay you some shit like that. Some retarded shit. I guess the NBA is like looking for another way to make money. I know it's probably pretty expensive.
All right, the way I see it as more beneficial because think about all of the copyright issues that they're going with people just regularly putting up clips on YouTube or just regular stuff to show their video editing skills and whatnot. This allows people to actually purchase something, let's say $10, to actually be able to use the clip without that copyright infringement issue.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. So
you know what I'm saying? So if you have it at $10, you can easily get 100 to 200,000 people to spend $10 on a clip.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, well, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And all it's doing is just sitting there in the film room.
That's e-commerce as well. I mean,
just sitting there in the film room.
That's
yeah, of course.
Another example of e-commerce. So you have it, folks. I mean, there's many examples of e-commerce. If you want to get your feet wet, man, definitely check it out. Do your research, man. It's definitely plentiful. It's another way for you to put money in your pockets. If you want to be your self-made entrepreneur, just chill at home with your kids. You got stuff going on in your life. You don't want to work. You don't want to be a slave to the system. Get into e-commerce, man. It's definitely the new wave, man. Stop playing games, man. Stop working for the other man. Work for yourself. You heard? Um,
I agree.
word,
I
man.
agree.
For sure, man. But listen, man, Rob Roman, man, it's definitely a great time with you all the time, bro. We're definitely gonna send that addy so you can send those merches. You know what I'm
Nah, I got you,
saying?
bro. I got you for sure. Just send me your sizes. Send
Yeah,
me the sizes, and I got you. When I get back, when I go to my spot, I'm see what colors is out there, and I got you.
for sure, man. We appreciate you, brother. It's always a pleasure to have you on. We will also do a final thought then at the Roundtable Podcast. So we want to let you let it off for the final thought based off the topic and based off of everything that we spoke about today.
Final thought would be to do the research. Well, no. If you're the type of person that you can go in balls deep and survive it, do it. But if you know realistically that that's not the type of person you are and you can't go balls in and just do something, do the research before you do it because you it'll save you. I mean, some people need to learn through trial and error, but like we don't want to be wasteful either. Um, so really like you into anything that you're particularly looking into, especially with the e-commerce. We gave great ideas, so you can stem from there. Use make a little map in your brain and just draw a little different bubbles and try to connect them and find a way to make shit happen. And then look up on things because I went in balls deep and I survived, but this shit was fucking hard as hell. Like it was so difficult, and there's still a lot I haven't even learned. That there's new things to learn every single day. So, um, I want to save people some of the heartache and the headache that I went through. So, if you have any questions, you can hit me up. My name's Rob Roman, Rxb Rxman. Shout out to Nelly.
You already know,
I
bro.
appreciate you for having me up again. Like definitely was a pleasure. Shout out to Other Day. Thank you. Definitely been a pleasure chopping it up with you. Yeah.
For sure, man. No, definitely, man. We definitely appreciate your time, brother. We already know you can catch Rob Roman on Instagram with Rxb Rxman, right?
Yeah.
And
At Rxb Rxman, everything. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Even though I don't be using it.
yeah, you already know, man. You already know what it is. The other day, man, you got to find a message out there for these folks.
Yeah, I got something for y'all. Don't be afraid to do your shit. And we're living in a post-pandemic world now. So go build that website. Go sell something. Go do some NFTs. Go make something of yourself. Put it online. Make sure you get that moolah. Go get to your bag. And make sure you e-commerce the fuck out of yourself.
Word, man. So East Commerce is up, man. So if you want that chicken and you want that liver, you know what I'm saying? Go get it,
Big
man.
cheddar.
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver.
So if you want that chicken, man, you want that meow mix, that liver.
Yo,
you know what it is.
I was gonna tell you earlier. That's like my favorite film, Austin
man.
Powers and
so
that whole trilogy. I love that shit. Yo. Since I was a kid, bro, I'll be dying.
I can't wait till they make the one more, bro. It's in the works. Supposedly it was in the works, man. But the thing was that I forgot the original company who was involved with the production. They kind of like sold it to somebody else, and it's like sold like the production line to somebody else, and it's all been a back and forth. And then
Mike Myers didn't own his production rights?
No, the actual the studio, where they filmed, like where they used I forget the name of the studio. New Line Cinema. There you go. They sold to somebody else. Yeah, New Line Cinema. That's what
I got what you're talking about now.
Yeah, for sure, man. And yeah, man. But that was see how the coincidences work, man. We had your favorite
one of my favorite movies.
There you go. We had the sound bites going on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit was great. I liked it.
Yeah, man. But my final thought is, man, if you want that chicken, you want that liver and the meow mix, go ahead because nobody's gonna deliver it unless you do, right? Unless you could get it delivered, but you know what I mean. You gotta go deliver it yourself, man, to the people. If you have an idea, deliver it to the world, man. Deliver it to the world. Make sure you get your shit out there, man. Stop playing games, man. You already know what it is. Rod Roman in the house, sitting at the round table. The other day, La Dueña couldn't make it today because she was in the pool, skinny dipping. But you already know, man. We got her, man. You already know what it is. An evil petting zoo.
An evil petting zoo.
You already know, man. That's what we do over here, then at the round table. The other day, we started off with final mix of Rob
This
Roman's
is
music.
Dinner
What
at
up?
the Round Table Podcast.
We lit.
Roll up the lot, put in the rock, feel and relax like a day in the spot. Swedish, she got to, I need a massage. I'm always myself, I don't need a mirage. See, you already know about rock. Really think you know, but nah. Come to a show, watch me go up in flames, cause I'm hot. You're in awe, cause I made your heart stop. Doing my thing, smoke, I wonder what's in space. Me right here, no wonder, cause it's fate. Make it, but made it with plenty of mistakes. I'm under a thin line, but under a street grind. My fans ask once, tell them within time. A delegate in line, my element in rhyme. Inspire, bring it out whenever I see mine. Light it up, inclined to head it. We be sitting back and rolling up.
In the studio, we lighting up.
Right now, we smoking on.
In the trapping, now we backing up.
Smoke the finest of herbs.
You won't find it on earth.
Lemon, lime, and some perp.
Start rhyming the words. I get my weed from a village, hidden in the leaves. You couldn't pay a visit without picking up a P, that's a minimum. No more two-faced niggas, we got rid of them. I promise I'll never be turning into one. Fluffy pillows, they all gotta be gigantic. I'ma roll it, I'ma smoke it, then I hit a mic massive for production. While he cooking up the beats, I'll be crushing. I'm the reason Mary Jane blushing, yeah, I'm smooth with it. I can show you what to do with it. When I flow you in the pool swimming, you can watch me go into the booth like I'm voting, but I'm really going in like I'm chilling with some loose women. Every day I'm on some other shit, like I'm trying to get so high I could go into the mothership. They already know I rap gallons, that's why my eyes red every time you see me. I'm the black dragon.
We be sitting back and rolling up.
In the studio, we lighting up.
Right now, we smoking on.
In the trapping, now we backing up.
Smoke the finest of herbs.
You won't find it on earth.
Lemon, lime, and some perp.
Start rhyming the words.
Rob Roman. All y'all wanna do is talk shit.
Dinner at the Round
Let's
Table
get it ringing,
Podcast.
cause I'm on my bullshit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Talk shit. Talk shit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Left ear ringing, cause I'm on my bullshit. Shit talking like you smoking dust. Pull your card, that's a royal flush. Too real is a trait, now it's almost gone. Be a boss, ain't no almost on. They in your pockets till it's almost gone. Either do it or you don't, ain't no almost on. Ugly duck, but I'm almost sworn. If this hell, then I'm almost spawned. BX burning again, young heart, but I have an old soul. Mix blood with my words, so I'm spitting rose gold. So focused, know I'm about to go pro. Kick it down, if I see the door closed, it don't faze me that. All I wanna do is talk shit. Left ear ringing, cause I'm on my bullshit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Talk shit. Talk shit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Left ear ringing, cause I'm on my bullshit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Talk shit. Talk shit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit.
Drama.
Left ear ringing, cause I'm on my bullshit.
See, I'm on that bullshit, no bullshit. I'm talking that full clip. Yo, hablo dinero. Yeah, I'm talking fluent. They talk what they gonna do, but they never do it. I'm in Queens like I came, living like a king. And since you wanna act phony, I'ma let it ring. Rob them clean, steal the show, cut the fucking scene. And tell them bye Felicia, then treat them like a fiend. Talk the talk, but paralyzed when it comes to walking. And always type of shit, but you ain't Stephen Hawking. But I don't let them fuck up my high. I put in work and they lazy for us Whitaker eyes.
All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Let's get it ringing cause I'm on my bullshit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Talk shit, talk shit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Let's get it ringing cause I'm on my bullshit. All y'all wanna do is talk shit. Talk shit, talk shit. Good morning from a good evening. Then you know what's up.
This is dinner at the Round Table
You my
Podcast.
bitch, don't take it demeaning. Good morning from a good evening. The next day had a homie believing that you know what's up. What's up? You my bitch, don't take it demeaning. Good morning for a good evening. Love to give it just like I'm receiving. A great catch just as a receiver. Wanna see you with me living la vida. The sun rising in the east, get up, get my dough. Rising in the east, I'm on it, but a little distracted. Reenact last night, but a bigger attraction. Show me different ways to get to know me. Know me, shouldn't hit you with the Kobe. Link without the codeine, you about the OD. Shadows on the walls that I already foreseen. Feeling how I'm feeling on the crush when you're 14. Feeling how you feeling when you wake up in the morning. Horny, wanna play D, then I'm scoring on ya. Switch, this tonight or for life. Find that GPS spot like on the device you're wanting. Rewind it, take a flick so when I look back I'm reminded. Good morning from a good evening. The next day had a homie believing that you know what's up. What's up? You my bitch, don't take it demeaning. Good morning for a good evening. Love to give it just like I'm receiving. A great catch just as a receiver. Wanna see you with me living la vida.
Mental, pinching through your mental like I never caught a stretcher. Putting bull on the stretcher like a matador professor. Taking lessons as I teach you more to you so you can catch up. Mustered up your courage cause these plays won't last forever. Working what they say was worthless cause we taught to earn the treasure. At the time we claimed the essence of the sign that we do better. Now we question every sentence about a letter. Better with the things I've been used to. Fake lies about the usual. How you shine the bigger truth. Those what a mind like shit. No. Knew more than the vibes. Never knew to what the fools do. Kill a hate away before they ever try to kingdom cuckoo. Put the loosen down, had to tighten up the pace. But you was different from the day we met in space. Where the cosmos had us tripping, but we always find our place. And maybe one day I finally say I do.
Good morning from a good evening. The next day had a homie believing that you know what's up. What's up? You my bitch, don't take it demeaning. Good morning for a good evening. Love to give it just like I'm receiving. A great catch just as a receiver. Wanna see you with me living la vida.
Remember I told you when you started, guys who last in this business are the guys who fly straight, low key, quiet, and the guys who want it all. Chicas, champagne, flash. They don't last. You finished? Can I go now?